with the big fellas. And
Aaron Baines. Then there's Jimmy Baines in the first quarter. And the call will go against Kendall
there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Boss, no good. Covington's shot is off. The Bulls have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the...
Left him no choice there, Greg. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
Chicago shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight. All free throws good from Boss.
For sure.
Harris kicks to Marshall. Rob. And here's the fast break. Here's Boss. The big dunk
on that one.
Now here's Marshall. Stolen. Here's Boss. And he goes in to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing. And right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
That one wide left.
Still can't get anything going here after 3 tries.
Butler with the ball. Guarded now by Marshall. Here's Boss. Look at that jam. Wow. I mean, just beautiful.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early. Now we've got a moment to see how the Bulls are doing rank-wise in the NBA. Second in free throw percentage. Second in fewest.
With defensively, they make you pay. Sealing games at the line.
And the 76ers making a change here. Hood's checked in. Stolen away. Launches it again from deep. The three. Three-pointer good from Boss. Boss has got 16. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game. How it's been going for the Bulls.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
And the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. They set the pick. Kicks to Hood. Okafor with the screen on Butler. There's the pass to Brock. Clock at 6. Okafor gets the bucket.
And guys, I was a bit worried, but now we all know the rim doesn't have a lid on it.
Yeah, you could actually feel the tightness and tenseness with each miss. I'm actually glad to see they got that first one out of the way. They're really struggling defensively, giving up too many easy buckets.
A great point. Really an embarrassing performance defensively, and the coaching staff can't be happy.
Picked by Okafor. Here's Hood. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And it's Okafor missing. And here are the Bulls now. It's a 21-2 run. Totally rolling here.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. Passes it to Brock. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game. 1:03 left in the first quarter. Here's Boss, coming off a stellar performance against New Orleans. Good.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And clearly it's about how poorly the defense has played. They've got to close out faster.
And it's Schroeder missing. The Bulls leading. 29 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Boss. And the layup's good off the glass. Boss has got 28 points for the game.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And the foul called on Freak. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul. Substitution on the
Get open, get open.
Pass to Brock. He feeds it to Hood. To the left side wing. Schroeder fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. And that's it for the first quarter in what's been a very lopsided game. It's Chicago opening up a huge gap. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And the Bulls guys have been rolling right along, haven't they?
They come out the gates here strong and put together just a solid first quarter.
A ton of good looks for them, Greg, on offense, and it's quality shots they're getting.
New group here for Philadelphia. Philadelphia's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. So for Chicago right now, Boss in at point guard. He's out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Jeffries in at the power forward position. Philadelphia shooting their first free throws of this game. The first free throw is good. Both free throws good for Okafor. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pelicans had a huge game. He finished with 66 points, as he usually does, really knocking down shots from beyond the arc. It was a performance for the ages, and one that will have the whole league talking.
All right, Doris, thank you. It really was a stunning performance. He was at his absolute best in that game.
And if he can come anywhere close to another performance like that here tonight, it would be amazing.
Yeah, it really would be, because you know now the defense is going to be focused squarely on him. They're going to make sure that he doesn't beat him again.
He hits both from the stripe.
What a game we've seen here for Boss. He's got 32 points, and he's drained 4 3-pointers here as well.
And with more to come, you know, it wouldn't hurt to keep getting him the basketball.
The feed to Franklin. The pass to Brock. Takes the three. Kept alive. Schroeder's shot is good.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
The three ball, and he nails the three. Nice shot from beyond the arc there from Boss.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
1:21 left in the first half of the game. Schroeder, and a high bounce as it comes off the rim. Well, Chicago's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
Here's Hood. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Shot clock at 3. Here's Okafor. The rebound by Anderson.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Boss gets the bucket.
Man, that is not an easy shot right there. I mean, he had to get it off over a much taller defender.
Yeah, he needed to add just a little more loft on that one because of the size mismatch, and He did it perfectly.
Another miss by Philadelphia.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the three, but he just couldn't get it to go.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Philadelphia has got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Dishes it to Okafor. Fades and shoots. No good on that last second attempt there. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. It's the Bulls just dominating this one. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports.
Hey guys, great execution in the first half, but we still have a few things to talk about before we go back out there. We're in a great spot, and it's because of the defense we've played. Keep up that intensity, and they've got no way back into this.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
And the approach to that first half was an aggressive one. Take it to the
Court, as well as the bumps and bruises.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Philadelphia, we've got Okafor. Portis is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Kendall Marshall. And it's Harris in at the 2 spot.
What a great play. Totally schooled the defender on that one.
Marshall passes to Portis. The shot's good. Marshall making the play. Portis has got his second bucket tonight.
What a pass by Marshall. That's outstanding teamwork.
Second half just getting started. About a minute played.
Sticking too much.
Here's Boss. No good. And the 76ers go the other way with it. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
Wow, the floor just really opened up. For him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. From 13, nice shot by Portis. Portis has got 6.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
The 76ers have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. And the foul called on Freak. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. And the 76ers making a change here. Hickson's checked in. Lance Stephenson's checked in for the Bulls. Rose comes in for Butler. Here's Covington. He's guarded by Stephenson. Covington passes to Portis. Pulls it up. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Boss gets the bucket.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. 4 of the last 5 makes coming from long range.
Over to the wing. To the paint. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. The 76ers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. And the first one at the line is good. We've got 1:28 left here in the third quarter. Brock, he's covered by Rose. Franklin kicks to Okafor.
That's a wall.
Randall grabs the board. Bulls have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. And it's Chicago scoring again.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Inside, here's Hood. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Hood's got his first bucket in this one.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Here's Boss. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. This is their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season.
And going back to last season, they really struggled for wins. And even against a team like this with comparable talent, they didn't manage one win in the season series.
Yeah, and you know they wanted to have a better showing against them. Maybe they can take a step in the right direction tonight, guys.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Plenty of space. Randall grabs the board. Randall's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Boss, yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Boss has got 50 points.
They've hardly needed anyone else today to get out to this lead. I mean, he's provided almost all of their offense.
Right wing fires from deep. And it's Schroeder missing. Here's Boss. Oh, a monumental buzzer beater!
What a thrilling shot for one team and a heartbreaker for the other.
Simply fantastic. Cool as they come. Even kill and flatline that one.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. The Bulls shooting a magnificent 69% in this game. On the court for the Bulls, getting this fourth quarter started. Boss, he's in at the point. Lance Stevenson is out there with Aaron Baines. And it's Page in at the shooting guard position. And here's Marshall from the arc. That is good.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. Those three-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they can keep it up.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Bulls.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
On the wing, Stevenson. Here's Boss. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Harris dishes to Marshall. Out to Harris. Fires for 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Baines has got 4. In the corner, it's Harris. Shoots the 3. That falls. Straight assist by Marshall. Marshall's got 3 assists tonight.
They're on track here in the second half after their less than impressive first half. I mean, I think they came out with some tired legs to start, but they've turned it around. They found some energy, and they look a lot more active and engaged.
76ers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Another steal. Here's Boss. Oh! And he takes that. One up and powers it through.
Now that is rocking the rim. Give him the 2 points and tack on some style points too, Kevin.
Clark, he deserves them. No simple finish there with the high-altitude windmill slam.
That, to me, is a statement.
Marshall passes to Blocker. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
That's his first personal foul. At the line for your 76ers, Blackwell. Taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Bulls making a switch here. Adams checked in. And he makes both free throws.
Boy, they came out of the locker room at halftime with a much more physical disposition than they had in the first half.
And that helps, Clark. They've gotten extra trips to the foul line, and they need that to continue if they're going to get back in this game. Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Marshall gets the bucket.
Despite the troubles he had.
And so, Smart nails both of them. We've got 1:23 left in the fourth quarter.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Chicago.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And, Greg, we know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Boss. He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team.
Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And the fans already heading for the exits, clearly not pleased with the way things turned out today.
Well, Greg, this was a well-deserved win. I mean, they came into this building and acted like it was their home turf. I mean, they were the ones calling the shots and controlling everything.
And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Just look at how quickly the lead has grown here over the last few possessions.
Clear case here, partner, of saving their best for last. Quite a run.
And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. And now to our good friend Ernie Johnson, who is standing by in the studio.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. An absolutely astounding and historic night for him here in this game. He was simply unstoppable in what can only be described as a masterful performance. Kenny, what did you think?
He flat out dominated. I mean, you see the kind of plays he was making all over the court. This is the game, no matter who they put on him, he wasn't going to be denied. His offensive power was in full effect.
Well, he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game. And the building was stunned. You saw people leaving early, throwing popcorn, throwing hot dogs, spilling soda. He put on a CSDP, a crowd shut down performance. Man, that's what I'm talking about, Ernie.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Our featured matchup tonight in Chicago, where the Bulls will be going up against the Indiana Pacers. Checking out the Pacers, the first half of the season has not been kind to them, and unfortunately, with their play lately, they're not exactly giving off the vibe that they're ready to turn things around. Well, the Pacers certainly have the defensive side of the game down pat. Very strong defense for them for several seasons running. The problem, Shaq, the offense, how do they make the most of their possessions?
Well, they don't have the personnel to get out and run, so they need to be very smart, especially when they slow it down. They have to minimize turnovers.
Well, to me, they're better at threes, so they got to give themselves credit for that. But I'd like to see them spread teams out just a little bit more.
And right now, the tip-off approaches, and Kevin Harlan is standing by.
Chicago, Illinois, home of the Bulls in a fine Eastern Conference battle at the United Center. Welcome to what should be a great Saturday night for the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. The Pacers will play just this one game on the road before returning back to Indiana. These are the games that challenge you. Guys, they will have their work certainly cut out for them, but they believe they can come away with a win.
I think for the Pacers, they've stumbled a little bit here at the beginning of the season. A disappointing start for one of the NBA's truly great teams.
Well, you know, we thought they were going to be a great team, but early season results have me wondering what kind of team they're going to be. Great, certainly not in the equation now.
And it's going to be the Bulls off the tip. Here's the starting group for the Indiana Pacers. Chris Middleton is out there with Matthew Dellavedova. Then it's Turner. Then it's Paul George. And it's Ryan in at the 4 slot. Now Middleton. Here's Dellavedova. Clock at 6. Shoots it. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Here's Boss. The rebound by Middleton.
A shoot-around for them. Amazing at how well they shot the basketball.
And even more impressive, Greg, considering it was on the road. I mean, it's rare that you see a team get that hot away from home.
Here's Boss.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Boy, that's a sound physical play. I mean, can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. And that is good. Chicago on defense. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Yes, Frank Vogel and I got a chance to talk for a bit. He said the key to this matchup will be their ability to limit the quality looks close to the basket. When facing a team like this one, he said, you don't stand a chance giving up easy looks inside. Guys?
All right, Doris. And so here is Indiana. Following the miss by Freak, the shot by George, wide open. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes. Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Now, here's George. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Miami.
And he also made an impact on defense, guys. 3 block shots over the course of the game.
And so here is Chicago. The Pacers making the shot.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
From 13, got it. Nice one there from Dellavedova.
How about that move? You'll see very few players able to pull off just sensational stuff.
Feeds to Butler. Right wing. Here's Randall, drilled from 11 feet out. Randall's got his first basket of the night. Pacers trail by 7. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And Turner kicks to Middleton. And the pass to George. They get a hand on it. For Chicago, they've gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. That's good. And 11 points for Freak.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Here's Dellavedova. He's coming off a 10-point game against Miami. Wide open shot is on the money. Dellavedova's got 6.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard. Show you the teams that have shot the lights out during the last month. The Bulls in second.
Yeah, Kevin, it's been a long month for anybody who plays these guys. I mean, they've been shooting the lights out, and it's been game after game after game.
And so here is Chicago. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession.
And a moment now to see the stats for Anderson. His last 10 games, 2 assists and 3 rebounds. And it's been a bit of a struggle for him. I mean, he can get down on himself at times. He's just got to keep working, and I think things will turn around.
Yeah, this is where his character gets tested, Greg. I mean, his will to fight through adversity is a question mark, but I think he's got a good chance.
And that one's good.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Doubled by Roten. Pass to Strong. That's good.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Now here's Roten. Right side Turner. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Turner's got his first points in this one.
I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
And he had the nice soft touch with it, too.
And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Here's Boss, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Talk about some great numbers for Boss. He's already got 14 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
34 seconds left to play in the first. Roten with it. Looking for his first basket still in this one. The feed now to Turner. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
Here's Boss. Got it off in time. Got it! Got it! What a shot!
3 points at the buzzer.
Definitely an answer to prayer there.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And a comfortable margin for the Bulls here, guys.
Boy, have they come out strong. Just some tremendous offense.
Guys fully in control and stroking it well.
Looking at the last game for the Indiana Pacers, it was a win against the Heat.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
On the court for the Pacers as our second quarter gets underway. They've got Matthew Dellavedova. He's out there with Tony Roden. Turner is out there with Paul George. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the 76ers played some outstanding basketball. He finished with an incredible amount of points, and he did his thing on the defensive side as well, nabbing more than his share of steals. What a show it was as he put up some really amazing numbers when it was all said and done. Even we marveled at his performance, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you. He played at a level that very few players are capable of playing.
And you know, I'll be interested to see how much he's got left in the tank. I mean, that performance had to take a lot out of him.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes supreme confidence can increase your stamina and endurance. So I'll be interested to see how that affects his play.
And so here is Indiana following the miss by Freak. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
And let's check out some stats. Here are the numbers for Roten. Getting around 12 points a game, 7 assists, and 2 rebounds. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling the tempo. I mean, keeps the ball moving and, of course, finds the open man.
Bulls making a switch here. Baines is checked in.
Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until the defense puts up a little more resistance, they ought to continue to pound them down low.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
I was able to listen in on what Chicago's coach was going over with his team. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Boss. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. Maybe making those early adjustments will give them time to judge their effectiveness by halftime. We'll soon find out, Kevin.
And thank you, Doris. Here's Boss, following the score by Indiana. He kicks to Baines. Stevenson passes to Boss. 5 on the clock. It's hauled in by George.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
The Bulls leading by 14. Stevenson drives in. Shot on the wing. And again, another one in from Boss. Boss has got 8 points in the quarter.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
From 20 feet out, another miss by Middleton. Bulls have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Here's Boss. The Pacers pull it in.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication.
Oh! Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rack.
Check out the fellas. Check out his teammates over on the bench. So they are going crazy.
Out to the right wing. Dellavedova from outside, and he gets it to go. Dellavedova's got 9 points.
I'm not sure who was supposed to pick him up, but somebody's going to get an earful from the coach for leaving him that wide open.
We got to be more physical on defense. They are getting to the middle of the floor way too easy. Get into them on the perimeter. Posts. Rotate over and make your presence felt. Quit being so soft.
Deckers check in for Indiana. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. It's the Bulls delivering the blowout. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, Coach Vogel, a tough going for your guys so far tonight. What's been the biggest obstacle to pulling off your game plan?
Well, they're just a great defensive team. You know, we're not handling our pressure well enough. We're trying to work it inside. They're fronting, and we got to execute our counters.
Thank you for the time, Coach. Guys, over to you.
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
All right, guys. Great first half. Home fans are loving it. Still want to go over a couple of things, though. You guys came to play today. What a job shutting them down with our D and running our own offense with precision. I love the focus I'm seeing. On the fast break is where we showed the most signs of life. When we pushed it, we were able to catch them on their heels a few times. All right, guys. Let's get out there and play a good second half.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. For those of you that are into analytics, that stat really tells how efficient a player has been, and he's been very efficient so far.
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So for Chicago right now, Boss, he's in at point guard. Julius Randle is out there with Aaron Baines. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Jeffries in at the small forward position.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
And Indiana's shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. Goes up the baseline. George missing again.
Their rebounding has been off the charts today, guys. Reason number one, this game is out of hand.
Exactly, Clark. Their lead is not surprising given their advantage on the back end. And you know what? This guy is just a natural-born scorer.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Pass to Dellavedova. From deep three-point range. Shot is no good. Excellent D from Boss.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3. And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder, how much can they win by?
Well, it's on the verge of getting out of hand, Greg. You can feel it. You can see it. In part because the defense has been about as good as the offense, and both have been really good.
And the shot is good.
And still perfect in the second half. 4 straight makes.
And the Bulls making a change here. Stevenson's checked in. The Bulls shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
And they've increased their percentage quite a bit since last season.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
He threw down that 360 like... There was no problem at all. That's insane skill.
The guys on the bench are just falling all over themselves.
Yeah, they loved it.
We should as well. No doubt that will be one of the plays of the year.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Now the Bulls with it. They're on a 12-4 run right now. And again it will go. Basket is good from Boss. Boss has got 43 points.
This is a nice third-quarter surge here. They've got it going right now.
And a perfect time to get hot, just as we get into the meat of the second half here. They're fortunate that one was just deflected and not stolen. Dodged a bullet there.
The Pacers making a switch here. Roten's checked in. And here are the Pacers now. It's stolen. All alone.
Oh, wow. They just can't miss. Everything they put up, it seems, goes in.
You know, sometimes you're the bug, and sometimes you're the windshield. They are certainly the bugs tonight. Nothing going their way.
And I'm not even sure that I'd want to be.
Pass to Boss. There's the 3. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Roten dishes to George. He feeds it to Turner. There's a screen. Forrest, defended by Butler. 6 to shoot. At the elbow, it's George. George missing again.
Trailing here in the game, you can look at his performance as a direct indicator of why they're losing.
Here's Boss. Another 3 for Chicago.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they are fully stretched out trying to stop the three-point shot and still haven't been able to do it.
Shot to stop the run for 3, Middleton, and that one's good. Middleton's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Boss. The rebound by Turner.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, I mean, deterred them from those plans.
Roten kicks to George. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Shots good by Middleton.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. Those three-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they can keep it up.
Now the pass to Boss. From deep. No luck. Indiana's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. The shot by Middleton wide open. And the Pacers another 3.
There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Roten. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. The Pacers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And he makes the first. The Pacers making a switch here. Here's Indiana. They're on a 10-2 run here on the court for Indiana. And he gets it to go.
And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
And that's been their focus, it seems, throughout the game. I like the discipline that they've showed in terms of creating those opportunities on the inside.
And a fast break now for the Pacers. And we're around 2 minutes into the 4th quarter here. Kicks it to Decker. Here's George. Can't make good off the screen.
Not a bad look for him on that shot, but it just doesn't seem to be his night tonight.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Here's Dellavedova. There's the dish to Decker. The shot. And there are the Pacers with another bucket.
Well, they found the touch here in the second half from the field, and everything else we talk about, folks, rebounding, defense, all of that, this game is still about making shots. You got to put the ball in the basket. That's the bottom line, and they found a way to do it here in the second half.
Boss gets the bucket.
It's just hard to believe that someone can perform at such a high level. They've got to thank him for this lead.
They set the pick. Tipped away. He's got a clear path. Goes up. And then jammed down right on top of Sam Decker. Wow, we're going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Kevin.
That was almost a circus-like dunk.
And again, Chicago running the court in transition.
And Clark, that's really deflating for a team to cough up the ball and have it turn into points immediately on the other end.
You know, Greg, it feels like giving up 2 baskets, the one you didn't get, and then the one you allow the opponent to get.
The shot by George, no good.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Here's Boss. And a miss there on the triple. Indiana's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the 4th quarter. George passes to Dellavedova, and the wide-open shot from Decker. Indiana again missing. Bulls have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the 4th quarter. Here's Boss. No good on the 3. The Pacers have gotten exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the 4th, 8 of 12. Dishes it to Decker. Outside, George. They set the screen. 5 to shoot. Here's Becker. They can't stop the run with that one. Chicago has gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Bulls.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today, you know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And it's always a good feeling to take that second contest after you've dropped the first one to somebody. Just a big win to even things up in their 4-game series against the Pacers.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Boss. He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team.
Aaron Baines, he's checked. In for Chicago. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's Boss. Lays it up and banks it in.
He just exudes a love of the game, guys. You can see it in everything he does. This guy lives and breathes the game.
Look at that. What a finish with the... reverse dunk.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that wound.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and Clark the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
Well, I think these fans, too, Kevin, gave their team a tremendous lift. I mean, they never gave up on them. From the opening tip until the end of the game, they were in it. And that certainly helped this crew get to the W.
And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's present our Jordan player of the game, Freak. It was lights out shooting at its best from him in this game. 60-plus points is rarefied territory that few players ever see in the NBA. But we saw it here tonight. Truly jaw-dropping. What are your thoughts, Shaq?
He had a sensational night shooting the ball. Over 60% reminds me of myself. If you're shooting over 60%, you're playing smart. You're being aggressive, and you're creating opportunities. What a spectacular performance.
You know, Freak was a 4.0 honor student growing up. And tonight, that high IQ is one of the things we saw on display with that sensational performance. Combine his smarts with the fact that he lives and breathes basketball, there's no doubt that he's one of the most intelligent players we have in this league.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.
All right, fellas, let's change it up for a bit. How many threes can you make in a minute? Freak, start it up. We gotta be better at containing the basketball. Let's set up in some one-on-one full court. You know the drill. Intensity. Intensity! Okay, we're good on the drills for now. Let's make sure we're getting better every day.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Excited, thrilled to be here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm so lucky. Our featured matchup tonight in Chicago, where the Bulls will be going up against the Phoenix Suns. Well, it was Phoenix winning their last game against the Celtics in Boston, feeling confident after a runaway win. We'll see if they carry over some of that momentum. Almost ready for tip-off, but first a moment to talk about something that often gets overlooked, defense. Kenny, who are the most impressive defenders in the NBA right now?
Well, defense doesn't get overlooked by championship teams, and I'm going to name some guys who either played on championship team or contenders. Kawhi Leonard, defender. On the wing, Andre Iguodala. MVP of the NBA Finals, but defense was one of the reasons. And Paul George, coming back from injury. This guy was a premium defender before the injury.
Well, since you talk about the little guys, I'm going to talk about the big guys. D12, Dwight Howard, shot blocker. Most of his career still doing that pretty well. Serge Ibaka, the surge protector.
I like that.
Joakim Noah. Roy Hibbert does a great job of the verticality thing, jumping up in the rim, not really getting called a lot of fouls on him. So, well, that's my pick for the big guys when it comes to defense.
Say no more.
Excuse me, is it me or is Anthony Davis retired? Come on, how can he not be on that list?
No, what we're talking about, he's a great defender.
He's an okay defender.
However, he's a great defender, but I think, because he's such an all-around player, we kind of take some of it.
Stop it, Ernie.
Come on,
we're taking some of it for granted.
Got to be on that list. He's got to be on that list.
Ernie's on the list, okay. He's on the list, Ernie.
Thank you very much.
But he's not defense first. He's offense first. The guys that I name are defense first, then offense.
Thanks for joining us. Nobody's listening to
We're in the place they call the United Center in Chicago, the home of the Bulls, where today we'll be broadcasting live. The Bulls are enjoying this break from the road. What a story right now for these guys. Win after win. It's been a phenomenal stretch.
And for Chicago, they've had a nice run here to start the season. Up there near the top of the standings and looking like they're comfortable.
And, you know, from everything I've seen so far, I think they can sustain this level of play all the way through the season.
It doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch, and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold, the way that guy gets to the rim.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. Shot clock at 5. Here's Boss. It's hauled in by the Suns. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
And the deciding factor in that one was their success from the floor. I mean, they just hit big shots time and time again.
Yeah, just the way you want it when you're the road team. Don't even give the fans a chance to get into it. It's a clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Over in the corner, Warren. Morris kicks to Knight. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. And the shot by Warren, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Boss hits the bucket.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Bledsoe passes to Morris. He feeds it to Warren. Dishes to Bledsoe. Nailed from three-point land. Bledsoe's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Boss. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
He had a great field goal percentage to start, exactly what they were hoping for.
Pass to Bledsoe. No good on the three. Chicago leading by 6. From past the arc, and he hits again from deep. 3 more points from Boss. Boss has got 14.
He is on fire from behind the arc.
Yeah, it seems like all of his points are coming from deep, Greg.
Knight. Jeffries with the rebound.
And trying to come up with the highlight reel finish. Somebody forgot to finish it.
Randall no good. Suns trail by 9. Knocked loose. Here's Bledsoe. The offensive rebound. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Morris with the bucket.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
The 3. Out of bounds. Phoenix takes possession. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
I was able to talk with Jeff Hornacek for a moment. He told me they always have to be ready, especially against this team, because of their discipline and focus offensively. He said they can embarrass you if you're not attentive at the defensive end. We've got to stick to our principles and do all the little things at that end of the floor. Kevin, his team able to get the win in their last matchup. We'll see if they can get it done tonight.
All right, Doris, thanks. Well, guys, it really makes sense to have their defense poised to deal with the great shooters on the floor tonight.
It really does. If they can't keep the damage done by those guys to a minimum, then it's going to be a long night.
No secret about that. I mean, when they're able to get into a rhythm shooting the ball, they can put a lot of points on the board in a hurry.
Here's Boss, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
Kicks it to Kid Gilchrist. There's the pick. Knocks it loose. In transition, here come the Bulls. Drops in the breakaway layup. Jeffries got his first 2 points of the night. Suns trail by 8. Outside, Kid Gilchrist to the wing right side. 1:05 left to play here in the first. Shot clock at 6. The Suns need to get a shot off. Here's Zeller. No luck. Now Chicago takes it the other way. The Suns beat them last time these two teams met in Phoenix.
Yeah, they were just wrecked last time they faced this team, and a lot of it was their own undoing.
And you know, Greg, in that blowout loss that you were alluding to, it was the turnover that really did them in. You can't give possessions away like that and expect to win.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds, and they look strong here in the early going.
Lance Stephenson's checked in for Kyle Anderson. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far. Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
The Bulls shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. Both free throws good from Boss. 12 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Shot to stop the run, and he hits the jump shot. Cannot hit. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Bulls team out there.
The roof is up right now, guys. It's raining in here. A lot of threes through the first.
Hey, sometimes when it rains, it pours, and they have not let up from beyond the arc.
Boss, he's in at the point. And Stevenson is out there with Randall. And there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Strong in at the center position. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. No one covering. That's now 26 points for Freak.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
Bledsoe outside. At the top of the key, Hayward. 6 to shoot. Hayward a screen on Stevenson. Knight into the lane. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Here's Boss. Oh. And that one is hammered home. Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rack.
Check out the fellas. Check out his teammates over on the bench. So they are going crazy.
He used that pick just right. And it's 6 points for Eric Bledsoe.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
He dishes it to Hayward. The tray. Got that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Brandon Knight.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. But spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
How's the last month of basketball been for him? Averaging about 7 points, 7 rebounds.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Chicago. Anderson comes in for Lance Stevenson. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pacers was just a man on a mission. He finished with 66 points, and he was his usual self on the defensive end, providing a bunch of steals. What a show it was as he put up some really amazing numbers when it was all said and done. Even we marveled at his performance, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thanks so much for the report. You had to just marvel, guys, at what he was able to do that night, didn't you?
You know what? It was the game of basketball being played at its highest level. No question who their MVP was in that win.
No question whatsoever, Greg. I mean, that's a performance he and his fans will remember for a long, long time.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
Boy, with all the contact he drew there, Greg, that would have been a heck of a bucket. He nearly got it to go. Really an extraordinary game for Boss. He's got 32 points, and he's buried a ton of three-pointers in this game, too.
Yeah, I think we need a calculator to keep track of just how many of those he's knocked down.
And with that, the Chicago lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Brandon Knight. Here's Boss, guarded by Bledsoe. Boss gets the bucket.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
All about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
And Bledsoe, here we go. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Bledsoe's got 8 points.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
Feeds tonight. That's tipped. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Yeah, foolish play. He's got to be thinking out there.
Which he clearly wasn't on that play. Or maybe he was thinking just about something other than basketball.
Well, speaking of thinking, back home, guys, we call that a good old-fashioned brain freeze.
Pulls up, high post. The rebound by Anderson.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Once again, the defense letting them get open at the three-point line. That's a major mental mistake there. You've got to get to the shooter.
It's Knight with the drive. Got that bucket in no time at all. Knight's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Drops in the breakaway layup.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Here's Boss. Another 3 for Chicago.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Morris kicks tonight. Back to Morris. It's hauled in by the Bulls. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at them.
Both teams will make substitutions.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
One way to protect the lead, knock down those free throws, and 100% free throwing for the quarter, that's superb.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Bulls out front, just dominating this one. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment.
All right, listen up. Terrific job so far. The fans are into this game, and we're going to keep them there. Well, we've established a clear dominance on the interior at the offensive end. And until they prove they can stop our inside game, we have to continue to pound it into the post. If there was a real positive to be found, it was in transition. We made some really quick, sharp outlet passes.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Bledsoe and out of the backcourt. Markieff Morris is out there with Warren, and it's Hayward in at the 5. And the wide open shot from Bledsoe. Can't get it to go. Now Chicago takes it the other way.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Phoenix has gone 6 of 7 from long range tonight. They've been on fire from way outside. Got a piece of it, and that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession.
Suns ball.
Had it.
Morris a screen. Hayward can hit.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim. He's doing it all for them right now on the offensive side. No matter what the defense has done, they haven't been able to find an answer to stop him, and he's had an answer for every defense he's seen.
Now that's the way it's done. Take it up high and throw it down with everything you got.
That's right. Clark, he was not going to take the soft approach on that drive.
I would certainly hope not. I mean, you get that kind of opportunity with little resistance from the defense, you got to take it.
The Suns have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And Bledsoe, here we go. No good with the elbow jumper.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Here's Boss. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. 54 points for Freak.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Morris a screen. Bledsoe dishes to Morris. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. The Suns have shot 2 of 5 from the free throw line. First free throw is good. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Chicago. And Morris drops them both. The Bulls have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Boss passes to Baines. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Boss gets the bucket.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
They get a hand on it. Here we go, one-on-one. And he banks in the layup. Boss has got 58.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
To the middle, here's Hayward. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Boss passes to Anderson. The shot by Butler, nobody around. And the Bulls, another 3.
They've gotten a bunch of good looks and have been absolutely lethal from behind the three-point line.
Yeah, defensively, you have got to close out and contest. Even if it opens up some driving lanes, you can't give up those looks that often.
Here's Boss. The shot from the low post is good. Boss has got 60.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Hayward outside, tries from 16, takes a big high bounce and goes in. That's 10 points for Eric Bledsoe.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
Knight on the wing from 15 feet away. Rebound by Butler.
Nice work forcing that miss.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Bledsoe kicks to Morris. Bledsoe sets the screen for Morris. Knight against Anderson. Shot clock at 6. Here's Hayward, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be, remove all doubt on that attack. I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
Fast break. Here comes Chicago. That was incredible.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one.
Such a strong finisher for a floor general.
He was up high, and he came down hard. Exquisitely done.
That's the uncanny ability he has to find a teammate for an easy basket or get one himself. I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout, just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
Just 3 on the clock, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
The windmill finish. Now that's nasty. How do you do?
Finishes the play, utter disregard for his own safety.
And his teammates still shaking their heads. You know what? He must have told them to be on the lookout for something special.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Well, look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Here's Boss. Nice shot from the wing.
And such a steady hand. I mean, he's one of those guys that's really allowed them to take the lead.
Well, he's just so reliable and dependable and consistent, especially here today. I mean, his shooting percentage is off the charts.
That's not as easy as he made it look, guys. You've got to have some skills to pull that baby off.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills necessary.
And you know what? That man can climb a ladder.
Bledsoe with room to shoot, and he gets it to go from the corner. 1:58 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Boss. In the corner, it's Stevenson. Here's Boss. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall. Here's Basturk. That 3 off the mark.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one almost always deadly when he's that open. Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Bulls.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And boy, they've gotten their revenge tonight. They dropped the first matchup earlier in the year, but tonight they even things up. 1-1 on the season against the Suns.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Boss. You have to focus on the steals he came up with. They were huge factors in the end result.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for the Bulls. Anderson comes in for Lance Stevenson. Here's Boss, and the Bulls another 3.
And they feel good about this win tonight, guys, defending their home court.
I agree. Job well done. They gave these fans exactly what they want. Been a really good night for Eric Bledsoe. He's got 14 points and a pair of blocks to go along with those.
And he's been standing tall when they needed it.
And Eric Bledsoe drops them both. Here's Boss, guarded by Bledsoe. Boss passes to Page. Here's Boss. Got it. Good job in the low post.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of serve.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Purdue, no luck.
Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Boss hits it from three-point range.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they are fully stretched out trying to stop the three-point shot and still haven't been able to do it.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team, Clark, by far tonight.
No question about it, Kevin. They certainly gave their fans plenty to scream and holler about. This place was rocking. It was on fire, and it only got louder as that lead got bigger.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to head back to the studio with Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. An absolutely astounding and historic night for him here in this game. He was simply unstoppable in what can only be described as a masterful performance. Let's get your opinion, Shaq.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, in some game, he's in the background. He doesn't get the chance to be the star of the show, but not tonight. He's the star tonight. Put him on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
He was completely on a different level tonight, and his insane point total tells us that. Trust me, it's not easy to get that many points in this league, but he had their number tonight, and the coach did a great job of continuing running plays for him.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.